Hey, welcome everyone. It's been a long time since I've done a free YouTube video, and for those that have been looking for some insights in the marketplace, the reason we haven't been doing a lot of free videos is we're too busy in the market and we've been very active. In our live trading room, we do two rooms, a stock room with options, and then we have an algo room which I maintain with multiple markets. I'll get to that in a second. But here's one of the interesting aspects. This is the advanced decline on the S&P 500. This isn't the NYSE, this isn't the NASDAQ comp, this is the S&P 500. And it is still significantly bullish. That would mean that we have energy and banks financials, which if you add a little bit of technology recovery, I'm suggesting new highs in the SPY. This is the advanced decline on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It did a V-bottom, immediate about turn. And what that suggests is same story. We should see the market hold these highs, if not try to test the highs next week. Now, the advanced decline on the Qs, it needs a little bit work on the NASDAQ 100 before we roll over and see a bigger recovery. So this would be something we'll be watchful in the next few. It's going to probably take on a daily chart at least 3 more days to see if there's going to form a pattern of higher high, higher low. The Mcclellan Oscillator, this is not your grandfather's Mcclellan Oscillator. This is a Mcclellan Oscillator I modified, and it's we changed the parameters, the settings, but the concept is Sherman-McClellan's. What we did is take the data from the NASDAQ 100, not the NASDAQ composite. So with that said, we went oversold. That's what this line represents right there. Many people, this is one of our talks about this week. I just clicked on it, it disappeared. The market was oversold and generating a potential buy at person's quarterly pivot support. That's that blue line right here. So we weren't a seller down there, that's for sure. And I think what we need to see if we are going to remain bullish is it's going to be continues to be a rotation correction. I think banks, energy, and you're going to see technology recover with small cap and large cap biotech as we head in the summer. And if that's the case, if those sectors improve, guess what? You may see finally get a bid, the Russell. What we need to see in the Russell is a new high in its own advanced decline. The advanced decline here is not based on any other index but the Russell IWM. And if we see a continuation of upside positive momentum, higher high, higher low, it'll be the advanced decline that leads the way. And if it does, I'm suggesting this longer sideways channel. The longer the channel, the bigger the breakout. There's a huge potential we get people back in on growth. Now, it's not there now, but watch that. All right. Here's one of the things that we've been really busy with this year. This is our live trade room, IGT, and it'll just be easier for me to bring this in to speed for you. Here's our, this week, on Sunday, I do a newsletter. We send this out with my comments for this particular week. You can pause and you can read my thoughts. You can see what the sector seasonal trades are, or at least sector seasonality trends are for the month of May. My thoughts, you can kind of pause this and read it. But most importantly, I put out every week stock trades that I see as potential. ViewRay was a small cap $5 stock. We used a 50-50 scale and entry. There's our stop. Here's the profit target, and that's my expected hold date. Wells Fargo, we got picked up this week on the bid. International Game Technology got picked up on Monday. The stop was 17.11. Profit target 23. By July, we hit it almost today. 5 days later, we're out of that trade today by email alert. It was a very savvy trade. Marathon Oil, we're adding into Marathon Oil. We got picked up on that. There's our stop. There's my profit target. Boeing, picked up on some of these this week. What else are we doing? Well, these are our current positions, for gosh sakes, and I'll let you read through this. Kinder Morgan, Energy. I gave that out on a radio show a couple weeks ago, too, if you guys have to listen to that. My good friend Larry Pesavento on Tiger Financial. In fact, Kraft Heinz, this is a situation here. We're locked into a profit, can't do anything about it because, well, I used a hedge to get us through earnings just in case because it looked tricky. So we put a hedge as the market was up in our position. And so now we're just locked into about a 5%, 4.5% profit. So we're just out of the trade, take the money, run. I'm not going to mess with it. Anyway, long and the short of it is, here's the year-to-date percentage profit. You can expand this up and see for yourself what we do. And I know some people like to brag about all the winners and they forget about losers. But here at Person's Planet, and having a lot of, at least being ethical and having integrity, you have to list your trades. And I know a lot of people like to say, hey, look, we had a great winner, and then they forget to talk about the hundreds of losers possibly. I'm not saying I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I ain't no butter knife. And one of the things that you can expect is, hey, here's the reality of trading. Not every trade's going to be a winner, but if you're trading stocks and you want guidance, this is what we put out. If it's a black, it means we're still in the trade. If it's green, it was a winner, and there's your percent change and profitability, and then cumulatively tallies. This is just this year's trading on a newsletter once a week. Here's the options. You go, wow, his stocks are up cumulatively, and it's a lot better than that with IGT's move, but you look at the options, you go, what's wrong with this guy? He's a moron. And that's not true. You'll see that a lot of these red, which are losers, as you'll notice, a lot of them were small positions, a lot of them were spread off, a lot of them were hedges. So like Kraft Heinz, we're losing on Kraft, but we're making on the stock. And just like we did with, like, say, Walgreens once, gold miners again, and Walgreens again. Those are all trades that were carryover or hedge positions. And currently, we've got on a Nike trade. We just put this on. It's a July 16th 40-45. It's a 5-wide bull call spread. That's what that stands for. There's our entry. That's what it was. And we update this every weekend. So going forward, I'm still very positive on a lot of different trades. I'm still positive. I think Boeing's got a shot to the upside. Nike's got a shot to the upside. Nike's volume is starting to go up. We're going to have Nike with a daily high close doji. That's very positive. Snapchat, you can read our comments over here. You get a weekly close over this green line. The reason that green line's there, because daily close over green line is a green light to buy. This is another green line. This is IBB. If we get a daily weekly close greater than that green line, it should prompt more buying. So daily, weekly close, that's the kind of work we're looking at. Now, I'm hoping this is something that's going to benefit you as well, all right? So if we are going to see things going forward, the seasonal trend in biotech should pick up right now. Number one, we do have an exposure with not a lot of biotech, but we got one on Johnson & Johnson, which we picked up, and, you know, it's up a couple bucks. Pretty good. We're long from, I think, an average of 64 and change. We're at 170, so that's all right. Again, energy, Kinder Morgan. Energy, we have Williams. Boeing, we picked up some options this week. And by the way, we also did some trades with Roblox. And you could see here, this was a live trade room for going into earnings. We did the July 16th 70-80 strike. At this point, I'd say there's a lot going on in the markets. It's hard to decipher every single stock in this COVID-19 world. But another examination, we did an earnings trade with Airbnb, and I want to just tell you, I think I remain bullish, and I think this is one that you could see a lot more upside, but I think a wide spread like the July 45-65 gives you time, affords to buy down some of the premium and the theta, and those are some of the ways that we put out trades. Thanks for listening. Hope that found you on good ears and at least give you an idea of what we've been doing, why we've been so busy. You don't get upside performance like this in the few months that we've had without being active and busy. If you do and have received emails from us, you will notice that we have an upcoming algo program that we were doing, and it's an update modifying and modernizing this program. In order to get these signals, you either join our trade room, or you buy the algo optimizer, or you come to one of these classes and you discover, as we train people, the optimization so that you can kind of use these settings in other platforms such as HDSI, and more importantly, Thinkorswim and Trade Navigator. And that's how my work gets out there. And again, I would have to say there's a lot of exciting things coming up. Volatility, changes, inflation, the Fed, interest rates, stimulus money. Man, it's going to be an exciting trading year. And I hope that you come to the bandwagon, or at least come visit and stay with personsplanet.com and get the right side of good education, but yet also testifiable, back-tested evidence of how we can get better trades on. Thanks for listening, and if you like what you had to hear, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, constructive criticism is always welcome. We're extremely transparent. We try to put out the right information without getting too cheesy. Thanks a lot, everybody. Be good and have a great weekend.